If you find yourself making a lot of silly errors are basically like kind of like unforced errors where you're not under pressure of any kind, and yet you commit this silly point where you just basically give the points away for free. This video will hopefully help to improve the way you think and help you to improve your consistency. So Joe is someone that sometimes it's a little bit frustrating playing with him, to say the least. Because why? Because like we would have rallies and suddenly out of nowhere he will hit into the net or he will hit out. A shot that he has, these are shots that he's not under pressure of any kind, and we still lose points, which make it really hard because, like, in the game of double, you're trying to build momentum. As you play high level players, you need to develop, you need to try to gain the advantage. You have to keep the rallies going, work the rallies, get the advantage, and then attack when we can. And the better the player they are, the longer it takes to build up the advantage, right?
Yeah.
So you have to keep the rallies going. You have to hit the shot with good enough quality to control the rallies, control who gets the advantage until the advantage belongs to us. And a big part of that is don't make silly errors. And so this video, I'm trying to help Joe trying to understand what I think, what causes these errors, and how we're going to fix it. Now those errors come from two things: the way he thinks, his mental game, and the way he executes them. You imagine you're a backcourt player, Joe, okay?
Yeah.
So you're here, okay?
Yeah.
So when the shot would come about around here, where you're basically taking the shot from below the net,
Yeah.
I want you to tell me, when you hit those shots over, right, what are some of the important things that you're trying to look for in those shots?
So oftentimes I try and hit it so it's like in the middle of the court.
Okay, yeah.
Just because that's what I've heard people say is good, because you can't, it's harder to drop shot it to the sides.
Yes.
If it's in the middle.
Yes.
And sometimes I try to get it like quite close to the net so there's no kill
Yeah.
type of thing.
Okay.
Or clear it if they both quite close. That's
Yes.
basically it. Yeah.
Okay, okay. The big question I want to ask Joe is this: would any of those shots result in winning shots?
Not unless the other side makes a mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they will never be winning shots. Like, let's say if
no,
the shot is in the middle of the court and you are here smashing, that is a winning shot.
Yeah.
If you're at the front of the net and they just float the shot up and you kill at the service line, that's a winning shot that you're trying to go for, right?
Yeah.
But shots back here, when you're trying to hit like this, they are never ever going to be winning shots. Very low percentage.
Yeah.
Agree?
Yeah.
Right? Especially if you're hitting below the net. If they lift up and you get ready to smash, sure, you can disguise a drop shot, and if you have good disguise, a good drop shot, they could be winning shot.
Yeah.
But anything down here, it is very unlikely they will be winning shots. So then if they are not winning shot, what shots are they? Controlling shot.
Oh, control.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're controlling what? Two things you are controlling. Do you know?
No.
Okay? Mainly, you're trying to control the height of the shuttles,
Yeah.
right? Because obviously, if you hit in a way that they can't attack and they have to lift up, you are controlling what shots they can play. Okay? Right?
Yeah.
And two, you are controlling their movement. So what do I mean by that? If you smash and someone is ready, it's very easy for them to defend the smash.
Yeah.
But if you get them to move, that's a lot harder. A lot of players, what I would call is essentially what I say, you're trying to do something out of a nothing shot. Yes?
Yeah.
Agree? So what do I mean by this? So let's say I'm here as a backcourt player, and let's say the shuttle is here, okay? And I'm going to hit this from here. This is a nothing shot. Agree?
Yeah.
I am not going to hit a winner, right? Unless I happen to hit the tape and it just roll over. Whatever shots I hit, the opponent will be able to get.
Yeah.
No doubt about it, right? If from here, I have to hit upwards and over the net. That's going to take time. I am that far away from the net, it's going to take time for the shuttle to hit to reach the net and cross over. That means the opponent has plenty of time to react and move to get to the shuttle.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to hit a winner. So which means there are a couple of things I have to think about. Is there a point of me trying to go for the line? There's none. Because even if I were to hit the perfect shot to go to land on the line,
Yeah.
they are still going to get it.
Yeah.
But guess who's taking the risk?
Yeah.
Me. Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Why am I taking the risk where my reward is so low? It's basically next to zero chance I'm going to hit the winner. And I think that's one of the things that I find so many players, junior and intermediate players, tend to make that mistakes, is that the longer the rallies go, the more they feel like they have to do something. They have to create something out of nothingness.
Yeah.
And that's where they make mistakes. And guess, so whenever I do that kind of shot, I really get annoyed with myself because I have to remind myself, I took all the risk, yeah? And the reward is so little. If you play with beginner players and they can't move, sure, go for the line. They will never get it. Their reaction is slow, their movement is slow, but as you go up higher and higher level, those shots, become just way less rewarding. So therefore, for me, my vision is that I have to hit a shot. I have to hit a shot so that I can still maintain the advantage. But it's not going to be a winner. The other thing is that I have to hit a shot so that I don't put my partner in danger as well. Or, if I'm better yet, I'll hit a shot so that I can utilize her a lot more, or him a lot more.
Yeah.
So first, if I'm in back court, then obviously there's someone in the front court. So like you say, if I was to hit down the middle, it's much more difficult for them to hit to the side and get past the front court player. If I was to hit down the sideline, if they come up and they just drop a shot to the side, it's a lot more difficult for my partner to go to the side.
To react.
To react, to get it. And most likely, they might even be so late that they have to lift. And suddenly, we lost the advantage. Because remember, in a game of double, as you get high level anyway, you always want to control the height. That's one of the number one rule in badminton, control the height, so that we get the lift and they have to do the lifting for us, right? So quite often when you see a really good pair of players, they always seem to smashing, and the other side just seem to defending all the time because they're able to control the height, so they the opponent always have to lift and they always get the downwards attack, right? So that's why I think that for Joe, one of the first things he has to think about now, or start to think about, is that these shots have very little reward. Hit over the net and trying to hit low. If this is the net height, don't hit here, hit about here.
Yeah.
Give him massive amount of room, right? If the opponents are side by side, even when you hit that high, they are not going to rush up in order to get it. But if you're going to go for the net, unless he's been trained for it, and this is what training is supposed to do, and that multi-feeding and repetitive drill is supposed to do, is that allow him to start dropping that height above the net, lower and lower and lower, but still have the same consistency and the quality, right? But unless he actually do that, unless they actually train and able to get the consistency there, keep that margin of error quite big, so that at least he get the rally going. Because remember, at the end of the day, right, if you make an error, you just gave away the point. No matter how good you are or how bad the opponent is, you just gave away the points. And in the game of double, you really, or basically in any game, you really want to force them to hit the winner rather than you give the points away. So now that Joe has understood the importance not hitting a winner, or it's impossible to hit a winner, and there's no need for him to hit a winner, we're going to try to get him, I'm going to start motivate him and just make sure that he get it out of his head, that it has to be tight, that it has to be on the line, and more is about getting over, just good enough quality so that he and his partner will still able to be in the rally and keep going, okay? So what are some of the things he needs to look out for when he hits? So as a backcourt player, whatever you hit, you got to be able to move back, right? Because if you hit and you can't move back, it makes the next shot really difficult. So one thing I'm really happy with your game is now that you're starting to not allowing the shuttle to go past you. So you don't tend to turn as much anymore. You're able to reach and touch. Yeah? And they're really, really effective, right? But once again, especially being the size of he is, people will worry about your power, right? Because with just a finger, you were able to sink the shuttle. Which means if you were to touch, the opponent should be quite far back to get ready for the shuttle, right? And even in the game, I would say in the first few rally, if you just squeeze your finger just so that they realize how much power you have. Then the rest of your drop shot in the game will be a lot more effective.
Yeah.
Because if they say, On Joe does a drop shot when he reaches for the shuttle, then they're going to move their base forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the sooner in the game that you can show them that you have a lot of fingers power at the last minute, then in the rest of the game, when you touch, it's a lot easier, right?
Yeah.
Your footwork needs to be better. Because why? If you don't bounce and split, and you're reaching, and you're falling, you have no stability in your upper and the lower body to help to control the shot.
Yeah.
Agree? Because if you go like this, I'm nice and stable, I'm nice and upright. But if you like this, that make it really, really hard.
Yeah, your momentum carries.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're falling on top of the shuttle, you can't stop, your legs not supporting your body weight.
Yeah.
It makes that next shot really, really hard. Like the fact that you're squeezing and you're keeping the shuttle in front of you, but your footwork, and by not splitting, make it really difficult. So all you're going to do is you're going to stay back here. So this is what I would love for you to do. Just stay back here and just prepare to get ready and just imagine the shot. And I want you to visualize what kind of shot you're hitting. Where is the shuttle going to go, right? I want you to visualize that shuttle, how high that shuttle is going to be above the net, right? So when you hit it, by the time when I feed you the shuttle, you're going to try to create that same shuttle path. Keep your body upright, keep your body upright. Okay, don't swing, just push for me. Yeah, yeah,
Just like that?
yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
Tired already. Replay. What I would love for you to do, just a lot of soft push. Now, your forehand, you tend to go like this. But I'm already, I'm already opening my racket?
Yeah.
See, when you do backhand, your racket's already facing the front when you hit it, right? It's the same thing as forehand. Good. Good. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so now let's see how he does when I want to feed him shuttle and make sure all the shuttles go over and in the court. That's our number one aim for now. Ah, that's one mistake already. Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just get it over, hit, and get ready. Good. That's it. Good. 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 Are you start thinking the shot slightly differently?
Yeah, I think I've sort of like made a thing where it's like either you're in a comfortable position with the shot, like you know you can get it, so you're focusing on where you can place it in the other person to make them work, or you're sort of like focusing on your own composure in your game.
Tournament recently when I coached two girls from Auckland in the final against two girls from Christchurch for the girls double tournament, you know, and basically I told them, is that like at the junior level, even these kids were like all in the New Zealand team, too many of them panic too much when they suddenly don't have the opportunity to finish winners.
Yeah.
And they start to find opportunity rather than see the opportunity. Like they're trying to create something because, you know, a lot of these top kids, they are very aggressive and they're very strong, right?
Yeah.
And what happens is that quite often, too many kids will lift the shuttle, and that's when they can utilize their strength, their power, their technique, their skill, their speed to attack.
Yeah.
But when they have no chance to attack, they can go, oh, I don't know where I'm getting the points. So the moment the shuttle come over, they're trying to find that opportunity. They're trying to create something out of it, rather recognize the fact that this is a nothing shot. They just have to build up the rally starting from scratch, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, the girls that I helped, they were able to stay composed. They were able to reset the rallies and just keep going. and they were fast enough with the footwork that they were able to keep going and not panic. And it was essentially, that was the key to them winning the tournament. And that was the first time, and it's still the only time this year that they have beaten that pair through their strategy or that tactical play. And the same as Joel, right? Because he playing in grade 1 in our Thursday league. There are some very, very good players, right? Last week he lost all 3 of his games. Terrible. And a big part of it was that he made a lot of mistakes. I told him he made a lot of mistakes. He didn't think he was, you know.
Yeah, I felt pretty good, but
no, it was terrible. So hopefully after today, that consistency, or at least he will feel a lot less pressure to create something and just realize, I'm just going to hit it over. If the other side happen to hit a good shot, then you kind of go, okay, do I need to be better, or the quality of the shot need to be better? Or could I hit the same quality, let's say the same height, the same speed, but could I place it somewhere else to make it slightly harder for them to hit? Do you know what I mean? So there are always ways to hit the shuttle to move people around without taking all the risks on yourself. Every shot, there are always a risk-rewards analysis.
Yeah.
Almost every single shot.